How can you be an emotionally present parent? I want to be there for my children. All I want is my children to know that they can count on me. That's possible when we are emotionally available, emotionally present parents. Hello, my name is Marcela Collier. I'm a certified parenting coach, and my mission, my parenting coaches in HIC Parenting Education Agency, is to help parents like you go from frustration and overwhelm to a lot more peace and raise emotionally healthy children. And today I'm going to show you being an emotionally present parent is, what it is not, the main roadblock to become an emotionally present parent, and an example, a real life example of how it looks like to be an emotionally present parent. So an emotionally present parent is not necessarily a physically present parent. So if you are a parent that works, if you're a parent who maybe take your children to daycare, you can still be an emotionally present parent. Likewise, a physically present parent is not a guarantee that that parent is going to be emotionally present for their children. So first things first, let's talk about what being an emotionally present parent is and what it is not. So let's start with what it is not. I was talking to a parent. I talk to a lot of parents. I mean, I work with parents, and this parent was telling me, my children feel, they can sense that I'm not genuine when I validate their feelings, that I want to yell, I want to snap, and I'm kind of clenching my teeth as I'm validating their feelings, because I know that's what I need to do. I don't want to yell, but they can read through that and they don't calm down with me. They feel me I'm scripted. So this parent is a very aware parent. Because a lot of parents, they come and say, and they go to TikTok or Instagram, to social media and say, hey, let me show you that respectful parenting doesn't work. They repeat one or two times in a kind way to their children what the children want to do. And then they yell and they're like, yeah, you see, it does not work. So a lot of parents are emotionally blind to what's causing the disconnection, and this parent wasn't. So that's one great thing that I want to point out about this parent. She was very aware that the way that she was showing was not helping the situation, but then she was confused and she was kind of in a way discouraged, because she wanted to be an emotionally present parent. She wanted to be emotionally available for her daughters. He wanted her daughters to trust her, but all she wanted to do is rage. And not that she wanted to rage, it was what her nervous system was screaming to her. Her emotions, her stirred up anger and emotions did not allow her to be genuine at the moment with her daughters, to be genuinely connected to her daughters. So what she told her daughters sounded scripted, sounded like it was not genuinely her. I need you to calm down. That does not sound genuine. And that's what she was dealing with. And I'm going to tell you in a little bit how we helped her. So that's what it is not. It is not being an emotionally present parent does not mean that it is not being physically present. It's not necessarily that you're validating your children's emotions. It's not necessarily that you are trying to speak calmly to your children. An emotionally present parent is a parent who understands themselves, is a parent who understands their children's feelings and needs, who understands their own feelings and needs, and who knows how to work through those feelings and needs, how to process them in a connected way with themselves and with their children. So, and I'm going to, like, if it's like, okay, give me an example because it's not landing in me. Don't worry, bear with me. I'm going to give you a real life example. But before I go into how it would look like, let's talk about the main roadblock to being an emotionally present parent. And that's exactly what happened to this mom, the one I was telling you about. That was her roadblock. And that's been the roadblock for a lot of us parents. It was my roadblock before I started parenting coaching. And it is the roadblock of projection and the roadblock of catastrophizing thoughts. So, what is projection? Let me give you an example. There was a mom who was very, very, very afraid that her son would turn out as her father, who was not good to her growing up. I want to keep my monetization is good here on YouTube. But she was very afraid. Every time she saw her son, her son is like 2, almost 3 years old. Every time she saw her toddler hitting the twin sister, her fear of, if I don't nip this in the bud, he's going to grow up to be this man who doesn't treat his children right and his wife right. That fear took her to not be emotionally present parent. So that fear took her to react in ways she didn't want to react, to do and say things she didn't want to say, and the catastrophizing. So the projection is in the past. I'm transferring what I'm seeing with my kids. I'm filtering it through why I lived in the past. And catastrophizing is projecting it to the future. So this developmentally appropriate behavior, yes, toddler hitting is a developmentally appropriate behavior. I'm not saying not correct it. I'm not saying not do anything about it. But it does not mean there is something wrong with your toddler because they hit. It's developmentally appropriate. But she saw the developmentally appropriate behavior and projected it to the future, catastrophized it as, if I don't stop this right now, then for sure my son is going to grow up to be this man, my father, who was not good to me, who was not good to my mom. That's the main roadblock of being emotionally present with our kids. Because when we're stuck in projection and catastrophizing thoughts, we cannot see our children. We cannot see their feelings. We cannot see their needs. We cannot see our feelings and needs. All we see is the fear around it. So, how to move that to be an emotionally present parent? This is something that we work with our clients, our coaching clients in HIC Parenting, and is deconditioning the pattern from catastrophizing and projection to presence, for the parent to start seeing their children as a 3-year-old who's struggling with impulse control and who does not have the brain development, hold their impulses, who does not have the communication skills to solve his conflict with words and not with his hands, with his fists, or with his hands. So it is moving from projection and catastrophizing to actually seeing our children's needs and feelings. And this comes after we train them in what their children's developmentally appropriate behaviors are, what their feelings are, what their needs are. How can you show up at that moment? You know? That's how this parent went from reactivity to being an emotionally present parent. So my invitation for you is, next time that you catch yourself catastrophizing or projecting the past onto the things that you're seeing with your children, to catch yourself and to ground yourself in the present developmental moment your child is going through at the time. If he's 4 years old, okay, Is this a 4-year-old behavior? Is it a 4-year-old behavior that they struggle to wait patiently in line? Is it a teenager behavior that they struggle to, I don't know, what I'm trying to remember what my now adult, when he was a teen, what he was struggling with time management. So is it really true that if my teen struggles with time management now, then they're not going to be able to hold a job when they're 26? No. Is that where that's where they are at developmentally? And once we are able to lead with presence and not projection or catastrophizing thoughts, we can be really effective because we are emotionally present for them. I'm going to show you what these can do for you. Once you have the system to understand yourself and your children and start leading them from the understanding of their needs, this is what happens. This is Jasmine, and is one of our clients, and this is her story.
Things so I could see it. So I'm feel much better now. Wow. Before, how was your interaction with the kids before?
So she's one of our coaching clients, and she went from snapping and threatening to being an emotionally present parent when she worked on herself. And you're like, okay, how do I do this, Marcela? I have an invitation for you. HIC Parenting and myself, we created a free class for you where I show you the system that helped Jasmine and 14,151 parents go from frustration, snapping, yelling, rejection, catastrophizing to emotionally present parents, to raising emotionally healthy children. To learn this system, all you have to do is access the free class. Go to hicparenting.com. I'm going to put a card somewhere here, or go in the description below. Go to hicparenting.com, and the link is there. Sign up, watch the class, and start transforming your life. This is a free class that I give you basically the full system, the full roadmap for you to feel more at peace in your parenting and to become the secure parent that your children need. So to wrap up, an emotionally present parent is a parent who understands their children's needs, who understands their children's feelings, what's going on in their mind, who is knowledgeable about their children's developmental stage, who is able to catch themselves when they're catastrophizing or projecting and ground themselves in the present moment with their kids and help them with what they're struggling with at that moment from presence and connection and not projection. That's an emotionally present parent. If this video gave you understanding, if this video gave you light, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And remember that it only takes understanding of yourself and of your children's needs to transform your parenting. See you next time. Ciao.